Well, I was wondering. I was like, why doesn't this fool have a webcam? I guess you do all your editing on a desktop, or
Yeah, yeah.
like a desktop with a big ass awesome monitor or something that doesn't have a webcam on it.
Actually, no, I have an old monitor, old monitors. I got some like a few years ago, but forgot to put them up, and I'm still rocking the old one right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm so bad with that kind of things.
You're so bad with what technology?
No, no, with getting something and then just using what I already have until it breaks, and then using what I bought. Like it's like, oh, I'm gonna get a new monitor and use it, and I still have my old monitor. It's been like 2 years, but I have a new one.
Well, there you go. Oh, somebody's.
Yeah, I already clicked it.
What is that? Me or EXO?
Doing
What?
We're getting some.
Oh, that's
feedback.
probably me.
Oh,
I'm trying to. I'm trying to plug you guys into the charger because it's battery day.
Brett sneaked it in on us.
What?
I think it might be me.
What?
The sound.
I don't hear anything.
So yeah, we live.
Hey, I guess we are.
Yeah.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah,
was me.
I just like to hit it. That's what we're gonna start trying to do. Just hit it while we're in conversation, because it's so awkward when we first start. We're just like,
yeah, the hell with it.
all right. Today's guest is
somebody else.
Yeah, another person.
At least everybody else does it too. Everybody's live videos kind of starts like that.
Yeah, at least we don't say we'll wait till somebody to get in the chat to do
Oh
something.
my God! Don't do that.
I say that every time. I'll wait for people to get in here.
No, you don't.
Yeah. You don't want to waste the good information on the 3 people that don't have a life.
Yeah, that's true. Why wouldn't you though? Those are your hardcores.
Just ain't going doing nothing. So we have. Let me hear your intro. Just give us the big YouTube intro you do for every one of your videos.
Yeah.
Just give it to us.
Oh boy, what is this?
It is.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? EXO coming at you here, and then whatever I'm doing that day.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta say.
Yeah, we can't get a shout out.
Yeah.
Everyday audio. Hey, it's live on the everyday.
Coming at you here with everyday audios in the house.
All right.
Awesome.
Facebookaless, I guess it would be.
Yeah. We're changing it up. We're doing the Facebook Live. You guys feel like you get a better attention on there.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like there's more interaction, like faster too. You know. You don't have to have another app opened up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I mean, we actually put a poll up. I don't know if you saw it, but like everyone voted overwhelmingly for
Facebook.
For
yeah,
Facebook.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It's easier to scroll through, I think. If people are on here just because they're here every night, anyways, looking at, seeing the gossip and trying to get in the latest scoop.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's social media.
Yeah. I try to have a little bit of separation between that, but I do tend to find myself doing the little thumb routine. I'm like, what? And I'll check out what's going on the Facebooks.
I'm 100% with you when people post those horrible videos of some kind of either brutality or some kind of pet.
Oh my God!
Stuff. I'm like, I instantly block. I can't take that.
Yeah, the other day was exceptional. I woke up. I was already kind of pre-pissed, and I'm like getting all this like malicious crap right in my face. And usually, it censors it, like say uncover this video, and I won't. I'll scroll by it. But this stuff was autoplay right in your pupils, and I was just like, it hurt me. It hurt my feelings. Like it really actually hurt me. Like I didn't like to see that shit, so I don't invite that imagery. I mean, it's different than a horror movie. I can handle a horror movie and like, wow, that makeup is so good. But when you see someone's realistic death,
right.
No.
Right.
So I unfriended a couple people and then actually ended up starting a conversation with those people. I'm like, I'm sorry, that was my knee-jerk reaction, but sometimes people take that stuff personally if you unfriend them, but that was just how I felt at the moment.
Yeah, you can't unsee that stuff. It's burned in your mind,
No, for real. Sometimes I wish I could unsee some of that shit,
Oh boy, yeah. And it's funny, like someone said the other day, you can call someone an asshole or something derogatory on Facebook, get banned, but you can post a video with such it doesn't make sense. It's like, right. I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, the other side of that is you can you'll get banned for any sort of nudity or pornography, but I mean,
yeah, of
that
course.
I'm advocating for nudity. I mean, I love nudity. Don't get me wrong, but you can't post any kind of nudity. But you can show me a beheading. Like, I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not naive to the fact that you need to stay aware of, you know, your current surroundings and the politics and maybe even for foreign affairs. But when you electively just be like, all right, let's watch some gore, I think there's a problem there. And I can separate the two fairly easily. But yesterday morning was like just crossed the line.
Right. Well, you don't need to see it to know what's going on.
Exactly.
All that does is desensitize. Like I guess that's the goal, is desensitize everyone to everything, where everything is all right.
Yeah.
You know.
And
a lot of people would argue that too. Yeah, desensitizing.
We are. We're just
100%.
I mean, just look what's on cable TV nowadays. I legit think I've seen like a couple F-bombs on just regular FX channel. And
for sure.
I was like,
later, like 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah, they'll
just
drop an
wild. Like this.
I've been very guilty of myself, especially back in the day. Like, I used to just casually curse a lot more than I do now. Not really. I took that, my audience kind of, I didn't really think of smaller kids or even families watching something like this. So I'd be like, man, this is effing crazy. Look at this S. Man, my adjectives were always kind of borderline. So now I brought because I'm an intelligent guy, there's no reason to be constantly swearing just because I'm excited. So I'll always kind of like remember to be like, you know, remember my audience, know my surroundings, and try not to swear so much because I get excited sometimes.
Yeah, we know.
It's funny.
Just as an aside before we move on, you know that studies have shown that more intelligent people curse more often, right?
Yeah, like George Carlin, he's brilliant. I love his philosophy and his kind of way of thinking toward politics, and he sometimes goes right to the core. Like, he'll use strong words, and his opinions were oftentimes taken very seriously. He's a man of intelligence. I liked George Carlin a lot.
You know, it took me a long time. He was a kind of an acquired taste for me. But the more I watched some of his stuff, you know, he was kind of woke.
Yeah, especially for whatever for way back in the day, he was still doing a lot of political sets, and I always really did like to, even though I'm not particularly maybe in that time frame myself because I'm only 29, I still felt with it because I was raised in a very conservative, I would say a Christian family, but that kind of tapered off, and we were always very accepting and progressive. I wouldn't say we were ever like indoctrinated or anything like that. We were a very progressive family, but I think that has a lot to do with how I feel on keeping my personal stuff personal and trying to be as respectful as possible. And I think that has a lot to do with my upbringing, mainly.
No, I think it comes across, you know, just even in your videos.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why everybody loves you, man. For real.
Right. They're a step above just the random DIYer. You know, they give you a little entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I try to make it fun, because I myself watch YouTube, and oftentimes I'm like, oh man, this is. I'm not saying it. Sometimes videos are blatantly boring, so I try to catch myself. Maybe I'll add this in there, add a couple more angles or some more information, because I take this for granted a lot of time, and maybe you do too. Even on Facebook, our posts sometimes go way over people's heads, and it's something so simple to us and something so recognizable. But sometimes I'll get like, dude, I'm so glad you said that. I never understood that. But to me, I'm like, holy crap, I almost edited that part out because I thought it was useless information. So that's kind of giving me a big motivating factor to be the best I can be. And if I have something that can maybe inform someone of something that I learned even a week ago, shit, I'll explain it, and I'll be perfectly honest. Like, check this out. I just figured this out. I think it may help you too. I'm never too good to help someone, especially because I'm learning every day. Every single day, I'm constantly learning. And if you're not, I think that's a problem. You got to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually take that for granted a lot. As far as like having some knowledge as a given. Yeah. Like
especially you, dude. Some of your posts I see, and I can only imagine how people must respect you actually saying that to them. Like, wow, this guy's saying this to me. I bet you give people that feeling often.
I appreciate that. I do get a lot of messages thanking, showing appreciation for helping them out. But I stay busy in Messenger, trying to help as much as I can. At whatever level I can, beginner or more advanced or whatever I need to do, and even starting from way back when I was doing review posts or testing and stuff. I try checking those out. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it as low level as I can. I want anyone who's anybody at any level to be able to read and understand what I'm saying. But what's funny is, speaking of that, it actually came back to bite me in the ass. Just I don't know, not even a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago, I did an amp test and I clamped the input side, the DC side to calculate efficiency.
Okay.
And I used to, on the forums, I can lay all of that out. Like, this is this, this is this, this is this. But if you just took a screenshot of just the picture and you didn't know exactly what was going on,
people thought you were clamping the wrong side of the amp.
Yeah.
Look at this bozo.
Right. So
I've been there too. I've been in that same situation. It'd be like, fast forward 30 seconds. So I go to the AC line. But yeah, that's funny you mentioned that.
If you did the math, like if you thought you knew how to clamp or whatever, if you just did the math, it showed like 150% efficiency. And that's sort of a running joke with.
Oh, I remember that. Now
with the guys
you said that. Yeah.
The guys that made the amp that was shared my testing, and it actually turned into a refund.
It's so funny. I mean, there's so much. Everybody has content nowadays, so that's not the issue of having it. It's the little extra factor that you have to bring in your videos, because everybody has a demo video doing crazy hair tricks, flexing. I hardly watch those anymore. But I will watch. I don't know if you still have it up. I still have it up, but I will watch you change your filament in your oven.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just watched it. I don't know. I don't know how many more years ago that was, but it just drew me in.
That was a long time ago.
I'm like, I'm watching this. This is what's gonna happen today.
Oh my god! Just as full disclosure, as some prep, I went back and watched some of your videos. Obviously, I've seen a lot of your content. I just went back and watched the videos, and as soon as it got to the demo port, I was like,
yeah.
I know. I feel you on that. I'm right there with you a lot of time, but when I'm there with the people, they really love me to film their stuff.
Oh,
yeah. So it's like, man, I gotta post this up for what it's worth. But oftentimes I'm right there with you, because imagine not only watching it, but watching it 200 times while editing it.
Yeah. And it's not. Listen, it's not like I don't want people to show their stuff off, and I don't want you to show other people's stuff off. It's just so many times you can see flex or
right.
Or
it's hard for it to translate on camera.
It is.
Yes.
Look, that system that you were listening to on the video I just watched a little while ago. I want to hear it, but it doesn't come through in a video.
No. And that's when a lot of things where, in editing videos, a lot of problems come into play. Someone's so excited they're going to give you a demo and you're recording, and they just so happen to play a song that's frequency is right. 2 increments away from your shutter rate or your frame rate.
It does nothing.
And it doesn't look like anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything. And then you have to go back and change the D-sample and actually drop some frames to get some movement in there, just so when they watch it, people aren't like, nah, this is weak. Yeah. Because those frames do exist. You just have to take out some of them to actually piece together a wave.
Whoa, you can do that?
Shit's weak.
Yeah. So if you're filming, it's called desampling. So I'll sometimes desample down to 8. It's incremental. So you can go down to 0.8 and 0.9, 1.0. So let's say if it's a 60 frame video and you're filming put on, for example, I'm putting a that has many different frequencies. All of a sudden, 2 of the notes in that song look like nothing, but the rest of the song looks great. So for that last part, I'll actually desample it so you can see the flex.
Wow, that's cool, man. And
it takes so much longer.
Yeah. Well, that's like Ronnie Smith just said. It's trade secrets, man.
Yeah,
He's talking about trade secrets.
Yeah, but oftentimes, I'm totally cool with saying these things, and sometimes if you get around to it, you can actually, there's other tricks you can do to make it look better on video. If you have interlaced a lot of cameras are like interlaced. They'll scan from left to right. You can actually, there's a program called Twixtor that can help with stuff like that. And there's a whole bunch of crap, man.
I messed with that one time. It slows down a lot.
Yeah, Twixtor, exactly. That has a great slow-mo feature.
It's crazy. I don't know how it does it, because like you can't get it on like a regular Sony Vegas or a Premiere, but you put it in that and it just, I mean, it looks amazing too.
Yeah, it adds automated motion blur too. So instead of like dug, 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 it's like shh. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I love editing videos. It's been a long time thing for me. Ever since I started doing this when I was about probably 12 to 13 years old with my high 8 camera doing skateboarding videos. I thought I was going to be a professional skateboarder.
Hey, me too.
I wanted to do that. I'm going to be on Jackass. I'm going to meet Bam Margera, and like that's why I started doing Jackass videos. Some stuff that has never been on YouTube. It's on VHS. It's been the stop, play, record days. You have to hear your VCR, your Discman. You'd have to have your left channel for your music, your right channel for your high 8. Then you can put music in your videos and push record. I used to do it all right there on VHS. It was, yeah, I still have those. Actually, I still have those videos.
Oh my god, you should upload some of this.
Yeah, I have them all.
Now
dude, I used to be back in the day. Like skateboarding was my car audio. Like that was.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Right there with you.
Damn, dude.
Yep.
Damn,
big time.
Skateboard. I'm gonna ask Santa Claus for a skateboard.
That was a huge part of my life.
They never made a dense enough wood for me to fit on a skateboard yet, so we good.
You need a nice 8.5 with some.
It just kind of bows like a arrow or something.
Yeah, you need a baker. Those boards are made for.
Oh, like I heard somebody tell me about a longboard.
Big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the big boys. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Heavyweights.
Oh, shit. I'm just a little guy, so I can throw myself down big sets of stairs, handrails, and stuff, and I would rarely get hurt just because I would just roll out of it.
Yeah, you're not dense enough to cause any injury.
Exactly.
I ain't rolling off of nothing to me.
Yeah, and I was also big into acrobatics and martial arts, so it really helped with my physicality. I was very big into martial arts. I thought I was actually going to be like a sensei and have like my own dojo and stuff. Like my life has been.
Dude, that's awesome. Everything you put your mind to, you're gonna go pro with it.
How did I not know that? You're married?
What? Where the hell did this come from?
Well, hang on.
I'm not married. No, but I do have a wonderful girlfriend named
Who said
Louise.
he's married?
I thought you just said wife.
He's gonna say a sensei.
No, I was gonna become a sensei. And teach martial arts.
God. I guess I was messing with the computer. I guess you said wife.
Yeah, that's way down the road. 10 years away.
If she's watching, my bad. I didn't mean to get you excited.
Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, 40 plus years old.
Does she know this?
Yeah, we're on board.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's funny. Everything you put your mind to, you're just like, I'm going pro with this.
Yep, I got that.
Yeah, well, I came very close. I won several competitions, had sponsor me tapes. I mean, I was doing like flip-in down handrails and stuff, like kickflip 5-0 down handrails and like kickflip crooked grinds down handrails. I kick myself in the ass every day because I look at my skateboard and I wonder, man, what if I didn't break this, or what if I didn't break that? Because that's what happens. You break stuff, you kill yourself, and then you give up. That's what happened to me. I just said, screw this. I'm killing my body for no reason.
Right.
Yeah. For no money. No. Yeah. No. I had one. No. I had a sponsor. I had one single sponsor. Yeah. One sponsor.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Y'all had sponsors for skateboarding?
Yeah. Just one.
Yeah. Back in the day.
What did they just gave you parts or something, or?
Well, mine was it was like a local skate shop.
Mine was a local skate shop. I got like $20 decks.
I just got like free stuff, whatever I needed. But I mean,
I didn't get free stuff.
Like
you're the man.
Breaking crap. That wasn't like I was breaking crap. I mean, wheels was about all I would do. All I would need ever. You know what I mean? Not like I wasn't breaking trucks, taking off of friggin' buildings and shit. But
actually, my car audio videos actually started with skateboarding in them. If you remember, every video would have a random skateboard trick in it, or a random little flippity poo, I would call it. And it kind of died off as I got older. I just kind of stopped flipping and stopped doing flips. Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm going to get me a damn skateboard, and I'm gonna bust out the GoPro, and I'm gonna make a damn.
It's not like a bike. It's not gonna come back exactly how you remember.
Yes, it will.
Dude, we have to see that. That has to be.
There it is.
Live too. No editing.
There it is.
Live.
I got that. That.
Definitely not doing that.
I will 100% do a kickflip live.
I will do it too. If you do it, I promise you.
I'm not making no promises. I don't think so.
I got that.
I'll do that. What they call it, a coffin grind? I'll do that. I'll just slide on the board face down or whatever that is.
You might end there. I've never heard of that grind.
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't know. I just made it up.
Coffin grind where you just slap your face on the ground.
While I eat Popeyes going down the
ends in the coffin.
Yeah, that's why they call it that.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm totally doing it.
So YouTube.
Are you full time?
Is that it? Is that your job?
I wasn't until just as of recently, which is not my decision. But where I was dog sitting full time. I was a dog sitter. We'd have 4, 5 dogs, all sorts, different varieties. Boarding them here. We'd 24/7. So for a week at a time, 2 weeks at a time. Some people would board their dogs here for a month. So that now that we just moved. And we're just kind of settling in. That's not happening anymore, but it's going to start picking up once we get the space conducive for a canine. And that's been a pretty great gig. And anybody can do it. It's Rover. It's an app on your phone. I signed up for Rover. Dude, I have like 55-star reviews, dude. I'm great at dog sitting. And
you're going pro at it.
I'm going pro at it. So that's what I do full time. So, rates can vary between the size of the dog or if it's a puppy. So, you can make some really good money. And they have also a dog, you can go to people's houses, but I didn't like that. I just stay here.
I would be so scared I wouldn't want to give the dog back because I love animals. I don't
hate any like that.
I know, I hate it.
Dogs like that. Yeah, but besides that, YouTube, I do it. I'm constantly replying to comments. For the past, I think 6 months, there's not been a single comment on like an older video or a video within 2 ago that has not been replied to, which is amassed to maybe 15, 16,000 replies or more, because I sometimes do 2,000 in a whack, and it takes 10, 12 hours.
That's a testament. That's a testament. I think, this is one like example of why people love you so much. You know what I mean?
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much.
Honestly, YouTube comments out of any social media platform can get bananas, dude. Bananas. Oh my God.
It really can. And I have to say this, just because in case people are watching this video that I haven't replied to your comment. This is how it usually works. I'll post a video. I'll let the inrush of comments like, nice vid, first, awesome. Let those comments like kind of taper off, so I'm not replying to all of those. Right. And then I'll go around and reply to all, like the rest of the comments that come in after that. You know what I mean? So that's the general dynamic of things.
Like every comment, every
single
like, hey, nice video.
Any comment. If it's older than 4 days old, every single comment gets replied to. So if you go on YouTube and click in EXO Contralto and it says 2 years ago, go in the comment section and you will you will see my name right there, because it's been the past
comment on like a 4-year-old video.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. And there was a period of time for about a year where I kind of stopped, but for the past 6 months, I've started it back up again, and it's been a great decision because people see that I'm not just here for the upload. I'm not just here for the attention. I'm here to maybe help you. If not, I totally understand, because I'm trying to help myself every day. So like, if I can help one person, that's fine. I have no problem with people not getting, like, oh, I already know this. Oh, blah, you're preaching to the choir, that kind of thing. That's okay. I get that kind of thing a lot. But if I can help that one person, I'm fine with it.
YouTube is the worst cesspool of comments ever. Out of any social media, I don't care. I'll put it up against anybody.
Oh, I can't even show my sister. I can't even show my sister anymore.
Facebook, you have to have your own name, so you can't just go wild and say whatever you want. YouTube, you can just the most. I love it though. It's freedom.
It is. It does become.
Did you get some like disgusting?
No, I didn't.
Comments on your sister or something?
Oh, dude, it's so vulgar and so unnecessary. And And here's what happened. I got called out for deleting a comment, and it was so vulgar. It was about something incestuous about me and my family members, and I just was so upset about it, so I deleted it. And then I saw a post about, oh, EXO's deleting comments on Facebook. You know, that says a lot about him. So and I'm just like, what the, like, what do you mean? So so nowadays I'll just ignore it. So if I get a bunch of crap, okay, great. I'm not going to delete it because I get more shit for that than anything. I'll just let it. I ignore it. So I'll reply to the decent, the nice. Oh, your sister looks like she's having a good time. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for being respectful. Oh, your sister just left I'm sorry if any, this is inappropriate, but just left a wet spot on your seat. That's so inappropriate.
That is
disgusting. That's messed up. So that kind of thing. I've just pushed it off to the side. I won't delete it anymore, but I will just leave it off to the side because I don't want to silence people, but I also don't want to deal with that.
No shit. I mean, yeah.
They don't have a filter on there. You know, they weren't trying to be mean probably or negative, but you know, it's your sister. It's a little inappropriate, as you said.
Yeah, exactly. And now she has such a complex about YouTube. Right. And she's so funny. She's so great on video.
She really is. Look, I obviously went to your channel like most of us have.
Yeah.
I don't know if it bubbles to the top one of your most videos or whatever, but but her reaction video is like right at the top. You know,
yeah, it became pretty popular. The one where she was surprised.
Yeah, 750,000 views.
Yeah,
and dude, it's a great video. Like, it's a really great video. She's like, holy shit! You know? It's awesome. As far as reaction videos go,
that's what you want.
They get a little repetitive sometimes, and I've seen them all. But that was a great video. It's a great video.
No, well, thank you. Well, you can see it for more than its face value because you know what went into it a little more than someone's be like, you know, you can appreciate it more than because get this, I check my statistics. I check my statistics periodically, and over 80% of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed. They're just viewing it on the suggested pages.
That's awesome.
So that says a lot, though, right, for the way that I have to kind of bring about myself, conduct myself, and bring out knowledge. Like, sometimes you can't just dish it right out. You got to bring it out in very small pieces of layman terms, and sometimes dumb it way down so people can understand it. And oftentimes people think that I may be, dude. It's not an insult to anyone's intelligence. I'm just trying to help the people who just came here today. Like, I get that all the time, brand new people that came here today. So I'll try to explain things as if it were the first time, maybe, you know, more often than not. You know what I mean?
You do it in a way that doesn't make it boring for people who have been along the, you know,
thanks.
Along the way with you. So that's, you know, kudos to that. But one of the videos I saw today actually is sitting right behind you. I was like, oh snap! Oh boy, getting into some SQs. I was like,
yes, the S and the Qs that's right up your alley. Yeah, it started back in 2015 when my interest in SPL was still very high, but then my SQ was coming right up here. And this is what I say: SPL for out in my car, SQ for in here, because I watch movies, I listen to music. I don't want blaring bass hair tricks in my damn house. So yes, that video that you just saw was addressing some of the echoes and some of the problem areas in this video, in this room, which has to do with, you know, some of the corners and some of the reflection points on the side of the walls and the floor and the ceiling. And we're going to address some of those areas with foam.
Yeah. Hey, you should message, shout out to one of my boys, one of our friends on Facebook, Richard Vedvik. He used to be Keep Hope Alive on the forums, if you ever remember Car Audio or Car Audio.
That vaguely rings a bell. Vaguely.
Anyway, that's what he does for a living. He literally goes to places and does sound treatments for exactly what you're doing right now. You should hit him up and get some of his feedback to put some of that info in your videos. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm actually looking for someone to help me with some diffusion blocks and some Helmholtz resonators.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh, he's your man.
Yeah.
He's your man for real. Richard Vedvik, hit him up.
Yeah, that would be cool. I need something tuned, like 80 hertz. So we could probably help out with that.
Yeah, Helmholtz resonators. That's an interesting topic.
It is very interesting.
It's like you know, our ports are Helmholtz resonators.
Exactly.
Right, but it's funny. Like a Helmholtz resonator, for those that don't know, in the way EXO is talking about, or EXO. I'm sorry. I always say it EXO. Do people do?
No, yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. The way that you're talking about it is, it's basically like a box that resonates at a certain frequency and just destroys it. You know, it like absorbs it all. Like if you're having a trouble spot at a certain frequency, it just grabs it and sucks it all in and destroys that node. But
exactly,
anyway,
and that's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, Skip is about to fall asleep, so we're gonna
talk
about some hair tricks or something.
But yeah, let me say this though, like I gotta tell you what I'm dealing with. I was watching a movie the other day, and a male voice, that bass in the male voice was just in my room. All I could hear was and it was resonating that perfect pitch for that voice. And so I need to I could do some EQing, but I think that doing something rather interesting for a video, I think a resonator could really be a good video. Just an interesting project.
That's neat.
I had Bitcoin miners, and they're loud, right? So I
Dear Heavenly Father, yeah.
So I messaged Richard. I was like, dude, and I actually put my RTA on him, right? Because I'm such a nerd. And I put my RTA on him, see what exactly the frequency was and the peak and everything. So I sent the quote unquote frequency response to Richard. And I was like, dude, I've got to knock this down. How can I do that? He goes, get something else that plays that frequency, but out of phase. So like, exactly, you know what I mean?
Like noise canceling.
That's exactly right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
You just have a sub in the other room playing that same frequency, so you don't hear it.
But out of phase.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
That's exactly the.
So it like takes away the noise, like it does. It just. How does that work?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's sucking it in.
It's last video, you know, that it has the waves, and it shows like if two meet at a peak, it couples. But if one meets at a peak and a null, it cancels them out. So that's basically what it is if you play them out of phase.
That's nuts.
And that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully we can address some of these problem areas and improve the project, improve the home theater. Because I'm going to build a center channel, and it's going to be a 7.1 at the end of the day.
Hey, can you give us a brief overview of what you got behind you there? Like, do you build those? Or?
Yeah, I built those from scratch. I designed them over the course of about 6 to 8 months. I did it really slowly, and it was designed for a large space because I plan on getting a larger room than this and the one that I designed them for. And it started with budget drivers, Parts Express. I bought $1 tweeters, $5 fives, and a couple budget banger 12s for like $12.99 or something like that, or like $20. And I really wanted it to be a great 2-channel stereo and just happened to play good music. Good movies. So that's why it's so big. I wanted there to be very little driver fatigue, so that's why there's multiple. And I tried to get it to be as common source as possible, so that's why they're really close together. And I liked the look of gloss black, and I feel that has kind of a high-end look, so that's why I painted the front. And it has a textured side with like a textured stone. And man, oh man, it sounds really good, even though it's against the wall. I haven't done any testing, but I have a Dayton Audio microphone that hooks up with the Android interface. We're going to do some testing after we treat this room. But I will tell you that I get goosebumps just from just random scenes. Just like, whoa, like if you get right in the middle, right here, because there's a triangulation right here. So if you're at the peak of this little triangle, it feels like you're wearing headphones. It's pretty impressive.
That's nuts.
That's awesome.
See, I can
What's with
appreciate
the notch there?
Say it again.
The notch. Is that a design thing? Or?
It was a design thing, but things ended up changing. And so I ended up just keeping it there kind of for aesthetics and to take down the volume of this a little bit because these are common chamber. So these are separate and these are common. with
cool.
So each set of 2 has its own chamber. Just this side's a little bit larger, so I wanted to cut it down a little bit, and it just so happened that both of the rooms I had slanted ceilings, so it actually looked pretty damn good with that little notch. But that's just cool. To tell you that the design, I was gonna have rear-facing tweeters. Yeah, just hear me out.
Bows.
Yeah, so and I was just gonna help maybe with some of the reflection off of the wall. I wanted more to come back this way to make it as skinny as I could in some places, so I could have more of that reflection coming back. It changed. My design changed, and that stayed. That's it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And one of the things you mentioned, the triangulation, right? Sitting in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And we try to do in the car, right? Because we're sitting closer to one of them than the other.
Yeah,
so we have to use the time alignment to get them to hit our face at the same time.
Yeah, just a simple little delay on one side, and there you go. You can match it right up.
There you go. That's right. And are you using the little UMM6, the little like the headphone jack mic you're talking about, that with the Android interface?
The Dayton mic.
Oh yeah, yes.
The little one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the little shotgun with the 3.5. Bang.
Right.
The little the little
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
A better one. Andy Weimeyer just joined the channel, just joined the chat, and from Audio Frog, he sells a really great one.
All right, well, what do you think of this? I actually have a DBX from Harman Kardon, which has an RTA plugin, and it would do like auto EQ. And I've always tried to stray away from auto EQ, but I was thinking of doing a video on that just to see how well it does compared to like mini DSP or like room EQ, like doing those methods, you know.
I actually was about to ask you, are you running all that active, or did you build some?
Yeah, it's running all active. It's all active with right now I think it's a Butterworth 24s, just a good old 4th order crossover on the Behringer DCX 2496. It's all 6-channel mono, so you can do everything.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, before we lose too many more of our audiences, let's get back to your truck and your channel.
Okay, yeah.
I can talk about this stuff all day. I'm not even kidding.
Nerd. No, it's interesting. I mean, it's an acquired taste. Most people,
everyone loves.
No,
HC.
most people don't.
When they're listening to it, they just don't want to build it.
Yeah, they don't understand it.
Right.
They understand that what sounds good, but they don't understand resonance frequency, whatever that is. You know,
I mean, all that important shit.
Yeah, all that layman. I mean, high tech. So, how'd you get started on YouTube? I know you said you did the. What year? And how did that start?
I started surprisingly unsuccessfully for a long time. I had an unsuccessful channel called Power Audio, PWR Audio. I had the same videos for about 5 of the videos. It just wasn't catching on, man. Something just wasn't right. And then the reason why I started YouTube really is because I'm like a recluse. I have very little. I love people. I love interacting with people, but in my personal life, I keep a very close circle. I don't have very many close friends. So YouTube was a good outlet for me to share my talents and interests in fun ways. So I started PWR Audio, and it didn't go anywhere. No one subscribed. And then I was like, man, what can I do? So let me think of this. EXO everywhere. EXO outside. Contralto, the lowest female singing voice. Contralto, all my vehicles are girls. All my subs are usually girls. Like, yeah, she's doing good. She sounds all right. So I was like, EXO Contralto. Let me put those 2 words together. I'm going to start this channel. Screw this other channel. I dropped it, uploaded the 5 videos that I had on there onto my new channel, and then I started commenting on videos. And next thing you know, boom, it took off. I had the right name and the right attitude, and that's how it all started. Like, just because I wanted an outlet.
What year was this about?
This was in 2008, and then 2009 with EXO Contralto.
Okay.
Dude, that's crazy. I've never heard that story before.
Me neither.
Yeah. I didn't. It wasn't always successful. I had to change up a few things and change my way of thinking.
I meant the name, but yeah, that's a great.
Oh yeah, the name EXO Contralto. That's
honestly,
what it means.
I cannot be the only one that wonders where that comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully that that clears up some stuff. Yeah, that's. I was just thinking of something cool and fun, and that's what it ended up being.
I just thought it was your last name, like you were Hispanic or something. Honestly.
No, people thought that my name was fake. And, do you remember back in the day, the internet was about anonymity. It was about having a screen name, not giving out your real your name. So I was Jeremy from EXO. So people really thought my name was Jeremy. Like, people to this day still think that Bruce is a front. But that's my name. That's my real name is Bruce. That's who I am.
Facebook won't let you get away with that shit anymore.
No, it really won't. And the day it happened, no.
I will call you Jeremy from here on out, though.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Yeah, Jeremiah Altoa. That was my alter ego for the internet because that's what the internet was. You never gave out your real name back in 07, back in 08.
That's awesome. So what's the state of the truck right now? What you got going on there?
The state of the truck. She's not starting. It hasn't started in like 4 or 5 months. I feel like I may have done something to like the inertia switch, so I'm gonna try that out soon with that
little inertia switch. Oh, for the alarm?
No, well, kind of. It's when your car thinks you've been in an accident. It cuts off fuel to the fuel pump.
Just hot wire that be.
Yeah, so you saw the videos. I was up there like trying to pry out my I did pry out my dashboard, broke my windshield in the process. I just think that the truck is not getting fuel for some reason. So that's the mechanical side, but the electrical and acoustic side of things, I have 10 5500s. I have 12 Soundstream XXXs waiting to go in. I have 5 banks of cased 80 amp hour lithium batteries waiting to go in. I have about 250 feet of 4-aught wire, all the connections. I'm ready to go, dude. I'm waiting for 252 to get his ass in gear. He's got some other projects. I'm giving him time. And then we're going to team up together with something. And it may be even a new truck because of what happens next from here on out with the mechanical side of things. We'll see.
That's a cool.
CJ Smith says he can fix what you got going on there. Maybe you should take some help from some of your viewers.
I am totally willing and I would graciously accept.
You do all your own work though, right? Yes. Like you do all your own mechanic work, all your own builds, all that, huh?
Changes the filaments in the oven.
I love it. And the filament in the oven.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with how I was raised. My dad always taught me about like how planned obsolescence is like the devil. So when I buy something, I want it to last, and I will fix it. I will fix it again. I will try to keep my things for as long as I can, just because everything now is planned to fail, planned obsolescence, plastic this, plastic that. I hate that crap, man.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I wonder though, I often weigh the pros and cons of fixing it, whether it's worth my time. And the part.
Yeah.
You know
if it takes a certain amount of time, you definitely have to weigh the outcome.
How much is my time worth? And how much is the downtime worth versus my time plus that downtime versus just buying a new one? And, listen, I know they got us on planned obsolescence and shit breaking at a certain time, down throttling and all that shit. But at a certain point, just buy a new one.
How's that iPhone working out for you, Taylor? Talking about
actually,
that. They came out and had to admit it.
They did admit it.
We admit we slow your phone when a new model comes out.
Doesn't die. It's so your battery doesn't die.
Oh yeah, so your battery can
right, exactly. Yeah. So your computer can run smoothly.
Dude, when was the last time you could get a software update for a Galaxy S5?
I just got one.
People are still
S5.
People are still running iPhone 5s.
My girlfriend has an iPhone 5.
Exactly. So shut the crap up.
But shut up. iPhone sucks. Kill yourself.
Oh, excuse me.
What are you carrying?
Well, you know what he's carrying. The best in the biz.
I got a LG V piece of crap.
What is it? V what?
Just call it the Ghost.
Okay.
We're on V40. What are you carrying?
gotta take a video. It just looks like a ghost is trying to film it. It's ridiculous. There's white haze everywhere. But I will say, this is looking all right.
This is really nice. This is really nice. It's better than Taylor's. Better than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's your lighting. Your lighting is a lot better than both of ours.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
That makes video also.
What? Yeah, I just purchased some professional lighting. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
What do you carry, Skip? I know you're an Android.
I have an S9 Plus.
Okay, so bad.
It's a monster.
Samsung is the worst. At least get Google or
I think I had an LG V20. It was just trash. I'm sorry if that's what you had.
I had that too.
Oh my god.
Why?
The battery just didn't last past 10 a.m. in the morning from 100%. It was just, I don't know what happened, man. This one's decent. Hell? I don't know. It's probably me.
You've been a Samsung guy for a long time.
Yeah. Dude, I love the freedom of it, man. Just iPhone is just scary to me. They just lock me down and nah, you can't do that. Nah, you can't do that.
Do what? What? Change your launcher that you're gonna change the first time?
Watch YouTube?
A day.
Huh?
What?
Jailbreak it. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you could do that too.
Then I got Steve Jobs' ghost haunting me and stuff.
I don't get it, man. I have tried Android so many times, and I do.
You need to just root it with a nice CyanogenMod, mod, and you'll be all set.
Right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's what I did with my Galaxy S2. Oh my god, it makes it a whole new phone.
Those modules. You know what that is? The exposed mods.
No, I don't.
I don't know what that is.
Man,
I know what rooting is.
I'm not a tech dude. I mean, listen, I love tech, but I want to unbox it, take the plastic off, and be
power it on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Stick with iPhone.
Yeah, there it is.
For real, I mean, I do like building my own computer. The Bitcoin mining thing was amazing. Building my own computers and figuring out the software and troubleshooting. I love that shit.
I got my GPU prices last year.
My bad. Hey, do you need a cheap one?
Yeah, look at them now. They selling them fire sale now.
1060 for 780.
Listen, Bitcoin is about to bottom. If anybody was ever look, you can either make fun of it or buy it or both. I don't care. Just whatever you're gonna do, buy some as soon as it goes below 4,000. This is gonna get
my god! Shut up.
Yeah, you better buy your Sundown subs quick.
Yeah.
Hey, so how did you and Crescendo hook up? How did you get a sub named after you? How much design input did you have? Tell us about that, man.
That's a good question. And that's a good question, man. And I gotta be careful. I gotta tread lightly here because I just found out.
Did those ever fully come out? Fully. I know a couple people had them, but I don't know if they ever
Yeah, they fully sold out. Yeah, they fully came out.
Well, that's good.
But you know what? No, I'm not gonna hold back here because this is how I see it.
Buckle up.
I didn't have. This is how it went down. They wanted to figure out a nice new name for the 3-inch, kind of their flagship subwoofer, and it was at SBN when we were all kind of huddled around a corner trying to think of a name, and I'm like, man, guys, Contralto is the bassiest female. You know that, right? It's the bassiest of all female voices. Why don't we name it the Contralto, man? And they're like, oh, great. This is awesome. Let's do it. We never thought of that. What a great idea. This was the owner and other people in this circle. And everybody agreed to it. Let's name it Contralto. And it happened. They dropped it. They sent me over a sample of each size. And I did the video. I made the video. I was like, man, I feel so honored to have my name on these subs. This is great. But I'll be perfectly honest. I didn't make any money, zero money from having my name attached to it. And supposedly, I just heard that in some circles, some members of that company may say that the Contralto wasn't even named after me, even though I was there for the day of conception and I was the one who said that said that, and it was totally agreed upon. But I'm sure the story will change depending on who you're talking to. But that's the story that I got, and I was rather surprised by that because I was giving them something for free, which was my name, EXO Contralto. I kind of started the importance of the word Contralto in this community, so I let them have it. and to kind of to hear that through the grapevine through more than one person, it kind of cut me deep a little bit. It kind of made me feel bad because I didn't even ask for a single penny. So I don't know. That's the story behind that. I had zero decision making in anything.
Are you moving away from Crescendo?
I have offers, and I have people wanting to work with me because we can, have a positive, cooperation together. And I won't say that I won't say one thing or another, but I will say I have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars tied up into Crescendo. I never got a single thing for free.
Wow.
So I'm allowed to do whatever I want. I'm allowed to go anywhere. So that feels good.
Yes, that's a good
position. I don't owe anybody anything. I've done my duty. I've done my job, and I'm thinking of a few different routes. And I got Def Bounce, whatever you want to call it, is on board. Another company is on board. What is it? I had a very surprising email from Resilient Sounds. We're going to get some samples from them, but that's just going to be nothing personal for me. That's just a random thing I just mentioned. But as far as my personal stuff, another company that I may work with is, oh my gosh, it's Brazilian. What's the other Brazilian company it's 2 words?
Sound Digital?
Nope.
Sound
Digital.
Sound
They
Digital?
sent me a message. Sound Digital sent me a message and wanting to work with the channel and get some positive exposure in the community. So there's a few things.
Oh, so you got some stuff, juggling some stuff right now then.
Yeah, I have some decisions to make.
I mean, yeah. If you're, I'm not gonna ask you if you're sour about that because listen, coming from a music background, whether people know or not, I came from a music background, so I know what contralto means, but not everyone does, and a lot of people might just think that that's your name. You know what I mean? I
know exactly.
The fact that there's a sub.
Yeah, he thought that.
I didn't know what it meant. I was this many days old when I found out what contralto meant today. Sorry.
No, I'm not sour. I'm not sour about it. I have nothing but love and respect for the owners and the workers, and I have nothing but admiration and appreciation for them working with me from around 2010 to now, because technically I'm still working with them. I still put their stuff in my videos. When people ask me what I got, I'll rep them, I'll plug them. So I have no sour, nothing sour.
At the same time, you owe them zero allegiance.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel that I agree. But I wouldn't let that cloud my my history with them because I wouldn't want to, I wouldn't want to sever ties in a bad way. So if I ever do end up switching amps, it would just be a simple, yo, this is what I'm doing. I hope you're excited for me kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because like when I switched to my platform 5s from the Contraltos, dude, I went from a 153 to a 161, so
what?
Yeah, well, there was power added too, but still different subs. And there's a rhyme and reason for everything that I do. So if I do end up switching, it's not because I'm trying to be sever ties. It's because I got bigger and better things on the way.
I love that.
I mean, at this point, you could ask anybody and they would probably be on board, honestly.
I feel like that too. I feel that way. But apparently he did say he has lots of emails, but I can't believe that you don't have enough offers to build that truck. I can't believe it. If any manufacturer,
he has to get somebody
how are you guys not on board with this with EXO, man? This is crazy to me. Like I'll throw in some money to get you some subs right now.
I think he has everything. Huh? You just need to get the guy to.
Yeah, I have everything. I have everything that I need right now, and just the biggest thing, like I feel like some people don't fully understand this from the outside looking in. Like this hobby is the biggest for some people, depending on the level, is the biggest financial decision you will ever make. Like because this is straight up cash. Like for a house, you pay a mortgage. Yeah, you put down your house, your whatever $10,000 payment. This is way more than that. The system itself is what 4 times that. And
sometimes,
so
yeah.
You foot this bill when you pay for all this stuff. And granted, I will always give credit where it's due. Some people will be like, "Yo, I'll chuck $100 off, $50 off of a big order." So I am lucky to get that, but I oftentimes will deny free boats. I say, nope, I want to pay because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm one of you guys. I'm not anything special. You see me in the lanes. I paid for that sub to get that 150. So so you don't be like, oh, well, I'd do a 150 too if I got that sub for free. You know what I mean? So I my bases there because I started as a competitor. That's where my roots are. I started in the lanes. So I want to be just like one of you guys. I don't want a free ride.
That's my excuse. Anytime Taylor beats me at anything, he's just he gets everything for free because his face. Right. His face is pretty.
Right. Yeah, send some emails out. Nobody gives me nothing.
He's got his name on an amp. Chill out.
Yeah, but I want to make one more note because there's exceptions. If companies contact you and be like, all right, we want to send you a sample for a review video, you have to put in 20, 30, 40 hours into a project. Then you will get the sample for free because then you get to maybe sell it later on to make up for your loss. But
yeah, sometimes.
But if it's your personal ride, I feel there's no reason to be trying to friggin' hustle and flow and penny pinch every friggin' representative until you get a free ride. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm going to hit up this company. I want a sponsorship. That's not who I am.
Did you purchase the Rockville?
Yep, I purchased all the Rockville out of pocket. I even purchased the ones that I gave away. Ended up spending around $550 out of pocket to give to other people.
Because it felt like you were holding back a little bit on that, but did it? Because it failed, right?
It failed, all right. And it's funny you say that. The reason why you're good at picking up that body language because I was nervous. I had just gotten off the phone with them, and they were like, "Man, we're so sorry. Like, do you want to be?" They basically invited me to be a part of their company. We want to hire you for research and development. Can we do? And I was like, no, I don't want to be affiliated. I don't want to be connected at all. So what you were sensing, what you were picking up in that video was probably a little bit of my apprehension, knowing that shit, these guys are going to be watching this like 2 seconds after I just got off the phone telling them that basically I'm not holding back. Right. You know what I mean? So I was a little bit nervous.
That's awesome.
I had the same thing happen to me. I love Rockville too. Their K6s are amazing. Like they should never touch them. They work. They're like what, $60 shipped or something crazy like that. But the K9, the first ones, now they came up with a new one I seen that looks really good. But
yeah, I got 4 of them sitting over here. I bought them all out of pocket.
The new?
Yeah. The new. Yeah, because they said they addressed the epoxy or the adhesive issue. So I'm going to put that to the test. And it's all it's all for personal means. It's not because they were like, "Yo, EXO, make us another video. We'll send you $1,000, buddy." Nope. I did this because my last video got pretty popular, and I felt so personally responsible for like 100 or 200 purchases from my subscribers. They're like, "Dude, EXO, I bought this and it sucks. I quit. You are a loser. I hate you." So I was like, "Oh no," so I wanted to. I'm gonna try to come back with some more with a what's that called? Follow up video.
That's a big deal. Like people don't see that side of it.
Yes.
Right. It beyond just the personal integrity of reporting honestly what your findings and being honest in your reviews. Like people don't see that there are going to be people that buy these things based on that recommendation. Not just they can't see past the review. People are going to be buying this shit based on your recommendation or not. And like if it goes bad, you know what I mean? Like
it's a lot of responsibility.
It is. It's a lot of responsibility.
It really is. And I've had some companies say, "Pull the plug, take the video down. We want you to take the video down." It was a VM audio with one of their Encore 12s. It was bad, and I told it like it was, and they were like, "Oh my God, take this video down." And I said, "I'm so sorry, but I don't. What's that word I'm looking for? Well, I don't owe you. I feel like that would be dishonest.
Yeah.
So I kept it up, man. I mean,
I don't owe you shit.
I'm a customer. I don't have to do shit for you. So
that's right.
I was really, yeah.
Are you talking about VM Innovations?
Same thing.
That's the wholesaler. Yeah. VM Audio is the actual brand.
Skip, do you remember that
1500 watt amp? Yes.
With the like, oh my god, the guts like went viral.
No, yeah, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah,
dude, the for the $150 challenge, like we were all looking at VMI stuff, VM Innovations stuff, and I'm like, I don't, even if this thing does a tenth of what it says, or whatever, because they were like $30, $40, $50 for amps, and then like 10 or 15 bucks for stuff. I was like, man, how can you not buy this stuff? But as soon as somebody ordered that amp and then they opened it up, we were all like, never mind.
There's like a calculator in there.
I was filled with oxygen. Like, that was it.
They had some, I think it was VM Audio, or one of them was on eBay a couple years ago. It was a 1500 watt amp. It was like $60 or something. It was legit though back in the day,
I don't think you can beat that Boss, man.
Yeah, that Boss 4K, bro.
I'm serious. You cannot beat that thing for price per dollar.
Dude, you can get so much power nowadays for the price. It's ridiculous. There's no excuse nowadays to not have power.
Right. Well, that's
what we were talking about last show. Power is so cheap. It should never be a concern for like SPL.
Yeah.
You got to go somewhere else to get your gains. Your highest video is 100 songs bass, the best bass 100 songs, or something like that.
Oh,
his highest viewed video is like top 100 songs with bass.
Yeah, I did that. I don't know, like back in
9 years ago. Yeah.
How many
like
views?
1.8 million or something crazy.
Shut up.
But his other one,
it's not monetized or nothing because it has music in it.
Are you serious?
Oh, of course, dude. Right in the beginning, throughout the whole video, it says like "Do not pirate music" or something like that. The whole video, like, it got flagged, and I think it got flagged for like Bass Mechanic or just one of them. One song out of the whole video got flagged, but somebody's making good money off it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bass Mechanic for real. Speaking of pirated video music, and I don't mean to get off on a rant here, but man, Rob Grimes. Send these guys a couple of bucks and buy an album from actual Bass Mechanic.
DJ, you're talking about DJ Droppin'? Is that it?
Rob Grimes, like the original. He's on Facebook. He's probably your friend.
Is that not DJ Droppin'?
Is that? Yeah. DJ Droppin'. That's his name. You're right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, put these guys on. Send them a couple of bucks and get original content. And listen.
You still can't monetize it though.
What?
If you play it in a YouTube video.
Honestly, I'm just saying.
Oh, you mean overall? Give
some money. Put some money back in the community, man.
What you really should do also is when Neil is at a booth, go pick out us a T-shirt and a CD because Neil is like always there holding down the fort. That's Bass Mechanic.
Yeah.
What's his last name? How do you pronounce his last name? I forgot how to pronounce Neil's last name, but he's a good guy. I got his shirt upstairs hanging on my wall. Bass Mechanic. I've always been a big fan of the bass music, but I got to be careful though with it.
Is that Toccata in B? Is that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
I love that one.
Blue Funkin'. Blue Funkin'. Remember that one?
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah. That's all the Realm of Excursion days.
ROE, dude. I remember the ROE, dude. The forum days.
Yeah. The forum, man, all those videos are still up too. Like, it's amazing how categorized they are even back then. Like, if you wanted to look up an Alpine, you just click Alpine. All the
Alpine. Yeah, Realm of Excursion was pretty awesome. That and a few other forums I used to frequent quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always talk about we miss forums, man.
We do.
Yeah, now it's all on Facebook, and every time you post something, well, it doesn't even matter. You got to post it again the next day because someone else is going to have the same question.
Yeah,
next day.
Yeah, literally the next day. It's so pointless. They should make that shit searchable.
Well, everyone says, "Oh, just use the search function." The search function
it's
sucks.
all
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
It's all out of order.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't even know how the algorithm does it, but honestly, if I search for my own shit, I can't find it. You know what I mean?
No, it's impossible. It's a clouded market.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's a little better now, but they're all out of order. They're not recent. They're not. It's chaos.
It is chaos. It's retarded.
I used to like watching you. I had the same exact remember that little handheld camcorder? What was
the flip videos?
No, it wasn't the flip. It was like Vi-8.
The ZI.
Yeah,
the Z8.
The Kodak, yeah. And
Rest in peace, Kodak.
You modded the lens and put that big fisheye.
Oh yeah, when you're in a big B pillar, man, you gotta have that little lens.
That was so sick.
Speaking of, I obviously, I'm a victim of advertising here, but like in the beginning of a couple of YouTube videos, I've seen this like 360 degree thing, camera.
Oh, Edward Lester, Showtime SPL had a good stuff.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
oh, dude.
So you can pan it at any time, and then that would be awesome because you can like.
That came out a while back, but then it just went away for all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah, they were kind of pricey for what they were, and you had to have certain software to be able to edit the 360 video. Like certain editing suites will not work with 360 video.
I'm not talking about. Maybe we're talking about.
You're talking about live? Wait, it was live?
Where you can pan around, look in the front, look in the back, and like with your finger, right?
Not the viewer, but the content creator.
Oh God!
Like at any time, like if you during the video decided you wanted to pan from your face to the wall or to the driver or whatever, or maybe I'm messing this up.
I mean, he might have just clicked different. He might have had multiple cameras.
No, it's a single unit.
No,
okay, that's cool.
How?
Clio? Is it Clio? Y'all gonna make me look it up now. It's
dear heavenly Father.
What do you mean?
I'm not making this up. Awesome.
How can it have different sources from one unit?
It's two
Shut up.
cameras,
You're
two
old.
fisheye lenses,
You're
and
old.
you can in post pan whichever way you want. You know what I mean? Not the viewer. Not the viewer where they can do whatever.
Oh! I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I have not ever dealt with anything like that though.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to. I'll find the link. Anyway, I'm not gonna look for it online, but I'll find the link and I'll send it to you because that would be. It feels like to me it would add an extra dimension to your videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thanks, man. I'll definitely keep that in mind. I'm always looking for new and exciting ways to jazz it up.
Taylor is drinking, Anton.
I am drinking, and I do make things up in my head.
Yeah.
And if that's not a thing, then we should probably make that a thing.
Sure.
Fake it till you make it, man. Right. If it sounds good, it probably works.
We'll figure it out.
What kind of tips you give to a guy starting out on YouTube? Do you think you could still start out on YouTube and go big now?
Yeah, certainly. My biggest tip to start on you're talking about on the platform, like anything, right?
Yes. You create a name tonight. You want to start YouTube.
You want to start a
videos.
YouTube okay.
It's got to be content, huh?
Be like EXO.
Yeah. The reason, the number one thing I actually have my biggest tip is to talk with the people. That's my biggest tip, is to not pretend like it's just you and posting clips. Make it so you're actually hanging out with a person, talking with a person, and answering questions with people. Like that's my biggest tip is to pretend like you're talking with someone you like, someone you actually like.
A single person.
Yeah, like your best friend. Like pretend like, or not even pretend, just learn how to become your own, not best friend, but just learn how to talk to yourself. It's hard to explain because it's hard to look right in a camera and talk, you know what I mean? So sometimes people go like a deer in headlights and they don't know what to say next. Just pretend like you're chatting with a friend. That's my biggest tip. I'm so sorry about that.
When I'm making a video, I pretend like I'm talking to Skip.
Talking to Skip, exactly. Talking to your buddy Skip01.
Taylor used to make fun of it, but the game changer for demo videos was flipping the camera around and showing your reaction to, like, they used to just, you know, just look around, stuff flexing. But once you look at you looking at it, that was, I think it was either you or Twisted Child that did it. There's the first one I ever seen do it. Like, flip the camera.
Really? That's kind of how I always envisioned bass demos to be. Like cause when like Steve's videos back in the day, and you remember Six Dogs one?
Yeah.
Six Dogs, and Twisted Child, and all those guys. I always remember Six Dogs holding his freaking Sony, and I love, like, back in the day, YouTube was way more close knit video community.
Yep.
Now it's like a commercial, like a TV show, but video, like, you make little video responses for other people, and if you can kind of incorporate that personality into you right now today, you will make it. That's the trick, is keep it friendly and social. Yep.
You got to get out there too, though. You know,
you do got,
like, you get out there. You put it in.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work.
One of the I was talking to Skip the other day that one of the biggest things that you notice between, like, a really average channel and a larger channel and then the really big channels is the production value and the editing. And the better you get at those things, it seems like the more successful you are, and you're really good at it. You know,
thank you. Yeah,
and putting it together where it makes sense, and
it's not over edited. It's like it draws you in, and it's not like, why did he just do that cutaway? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Did he really need to fade to white right there? Chill out. You know what I mean?
Wait. Yeah, that is very seldom fade to whites. Flashes are okay from one to another.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that comes along with it that people would never ever even fathom, just to even make the video watchable. Because I'll sit there and I'll look at what I have in front of me, and it's like, oh my God, how do I make this fun to watch? So that's when a little bit of, you know, talking about the system, transitioning into what it is, talking with the person themselves, and then listening to it. That's like the least of the video's importance, because people like to see what it consists of, how the wiring is, and how do you accomplish something like this in a small space, or, oh, I have that car, what did he do? It's just little things like that. So
the last one with the, I don't know if it was the very last one, but the one you did where it was 3 2508s, DD 2508s, and you're like showing the system, but the audio is you talking to the guy. You know what I mean? Like, that is fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm a video editing noob, like idiot. I can't even approach. But I'll tell you, if you can do that, you know, you put two relevant things together at the same time and give it to me both together, you know what I mean? That's like the thing that draws you in.
Dude, you have no idea how hard it is to get people to say those things, to get people to talk, like, and say full sentences. This is how it usually goes. My name is John. I got 2 15s on AK. That's it. And that's it. I'm like, okay, well, can you tell me a little bit about something that was maybe unique about your enclosure? Well, it's a Series 2 6th, and it has this and this and this. And then you have to, like, draw it out of them. Yeah. You have to, like, Socrates. And it's very difficult to get people to feel comfortable talking on camera. So that's why I'll point the camera away from them and just let them talk into the mic, because it gives them less fear factor, because they see that big lens that I have, and they're like, it's 2 18s, they're 5 fully maxed out, fully loaded. So I have to edit the audio a lot to piece together full sentences.
That's hilarious. That guy with the 2508s, he seemed pretty casual. I don't know if you employed.
Yeah, there was a lot of editing. There was a lot of editing that went into that. Yeah,
he was like, you know, talking like he knew what the crap he was talking about.
Anybody can film a sub moving, but that editing part, that's where it's just that's next. Right. That separates, like you said, the big from the small. You know.
Yeah, thank you. I sometimes put in, just for a demo video, up to 20, 25 hours in just one video. So I'll start a video on Monday, Tuesday. It might be ready to post Tuesday night because I put usually about 10 to 12 hours in a day. So it takes a long time to edit just a demo video, and even more, get this, demo videos are my easy, and that takes still a long time. But when you actually have to create something like a project like this, you not only have to cut the wood, plan the cuts, film everything that you do, and then edit. It's ridiculous. Like, so when you have to not only create the content instead of just film it, other people's stuff, it becomes way more time intensive. Right. The longest project I have is maybe 1,200 hours into one project.
Jeez. I don't think people appreciate what it takes to go through these videos, and I think that's like a compliment and an insult at the same time, because if you don't realize how long it takes, because you're making it look easy.
Yeah, he makes it look smooth, so that's why people are like, oh, I can do that.
Right, I can do that shit. It's exactly right. The more editing and the easier it is to watch, the easier people think it is to just put that together. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it makes so much sense. That went right together like nothing. Dude. I had to like having context is so crucial with videos. So I'll have 6 clips that have no context. I have to delete them. All this B-roll crap that I can't even use, but it's good-looking stuff. But no one mentioned anything about it. No one mentioned what it even is. So I can't show it unless I sit down right here and then come onto the video and explain it, which I'll sometimes just forget that. It's too complicated as it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really does become a full-time job. So, and that's why dog sitting was so perfect for me, because I could still edit videos while having technically like a full-time job, dog sitting. You know what I mean? It's perfect.
That is awesome. What gear do you use when you're doing your thing?
Camera, mic.
Camera, mic. What?
I use all Sony editing suites, Sony cameras, Sony microphone. I just love Sony. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but a lot of foreign like videos, like anime, and the most not anime, I shouldn't have said that, like the most intensive graphic movies done with Sony equipment and done with Sony cameras. They're just so good, and I liked it. I like them a lot. Yeah.
What do you edit on PC or Mac?
Vegas on PC. I build all my own PCs.
Can you even use Vegas on Mac? Oh, you have to use their iMovie.
You use Final Cut.
You use Final Cut, yeah. Something. And there are other more advanced software, but people say like, "Holy crap! How did you do this with Vegas?" I get that all the time. I can do a lot with Vegas.
I watched some YouTube video like that, like to see what the most somebody can take out of like a software, and man, they can make some crazy crap out of that. Like that's just beyond anything you could think of.
You need to get to work and figure that shit out.
Yeah, I know. I got Premiere. I use Adobe Premiere. But
there you go. You're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I wish I started on Adobe.
I use iMovie on my phone.
There it is. Is
that how you do your everyday audio montages?
Who?
That's all him.
Yeah, that's all my crap. Sorry.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, okay. You would think it was iMovie, but just because I suck at stuff.
Obviously, anything on my channel, which is really terrible, on the Taylor Fade channel, is all iPhone shit, which is obvious.
Did you ever do a video that you thought was just gonna destroy, like just kill the internet, and you got 10,000 views? I hate that.
Yes, dude. Last year, I thought I was gonna have the most popular video. Remember when I did that base milkshake?
Yeah.
Probably not, right? Well, yeah, I like even poured the milkshake all over my freaking face, and I made a milkshake. Dude, I made a milkshake with base, shaken, not stirred. And it didn't go anywhere. Like I thought it was going to be so huge.
Oh my God.
And I've always this is how it always goes. If you think something and you want something, you expect something to go a certain way, it never does. It's always the videos you think will do shitty. Like for example, I had a video when the repair shop blew up my system.
I just watched that. I just watched that today.
A blog video, like an update video. Next thing you know, I got so much attention from that, from something negative, but still it was positive for me because I was getting so much exposure.
Dude, I can't believe.
Yeah, I just watched that today and before. Yeah, like you said.
I love you, and I watched it, but I was like, why?
I'm an idiot.
Does this have like 1 million views?
Dude, I'm an idiot for leaving it in there, but it was my own fault for taking the word of the employees. Oh yeah, just leave the system in there. You're totally fine.
Why
and then
we
get what? Yeah, well, I don't know. And the repair they had to do was completely unrelated to that area. Like they could have just left it alone. But yeah, they jammed it, man. They turned it. They definitely turned that thing up.
Everybody watch it. Go look up the base milkshake and share that shit, man. We gotta see this thing.
Something hilarious. Get this. One of my buddies has a van with 3 DC level 5s. He brought his van in to get his transmission fixed. He goes to pick it up. The first thing out of the mechanic's mouth was, "Yo, dude, why'd you take the radio out of it? I couldn't mess around with the stereo." It just goes to show that is the first thing that people do. Like, oh, subs, let's hear it. Let's turn it on. Right. They don't understand that they could potentially do damage if it's not set up correctly, which I will say, I usually give myself more headroom than I should, just because I do some SPL testing.
Well, I was just about to say, if you have your shit set up correctly.
Yeah, it was set up. It was set up in a way to like so I could clip for a little bit of SPL, because I gained like 1.2 just clipping that box. It's kind of stupid.
Although, you know, we all use a lot of us use 80 PRSs and
yeah, turn that sub off.
I mean, I set all my stuff at 50 out of 62.
What? Wait, hold on. You set you only turn your head up to 50?
Yeah. It's just,
oh, wow.
I don't know, the even
numbers, yeah.
Appeals to me.
You're psychotic if you go to like 37.
Somebody messaged me the other day and I was like, "What are you using as your reference volume?" He goes, 55. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, wow, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, she just has a stock head unit, so it's yeah, we have that line output converter, the X Block 2, and it does okay. So
we need old boy to make us a sparked innovations to make us a valet mode, mode on our head unit.
One coming, a baby blue, not like a nice hot blue coming.
Yeah,
what? A valet mode?
No. For Sparked Innovations relay box. What you just mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I want a valet mode on our systems.
Yeah.
And it won't go past.
That would be. I kind of have one built in, but I obviously my absence of thinking didn't help.
Should have a custom EQ setting on the radio just with everything down. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the output converter on a switch, so I should have known better.
Did anything ever come of that, or that was it? You just found a report and that.
Well, I obviously I thought I was doing the right thing by doing everything formally and like getting a report or whatever, but I don't have the time or the money to invest into small claims court, so
you'll never get it back anyway.
Exactly. Like, so
for people who don't know what we're talking about, break it down like super fast. Tell us.
Totally. Yeah. I built a great box for my girlfriend. Carpeted, had an amplifier, had a subwoofer, nice little daily driver system. She got into a small accident. We brought it to a repair shop, and that repair shop took it upon themselves to turn the system on however loud they liked. And it seemed like they did some abuse to it to ruin the sub, gouge the carpet off the box, scratch the amplifier, break the battery, where you hold the battery, break off one of the straps where you holds onto, and it was just obviously tampered with in a way that it was not explained. Like, it was clearly explained to me that I could leave it there, and that's what happened, and that's the end of that.
Terrible.
Yeah, damages.
Did you see anything from it, or no? You're not taking it.
No, I didn't see anything from it. I contacted Drop and Hertz, and they were actually kind enough to hook me up with a free recone. and the NVX amp. Yeah, they hooked it up, and they NVX, the amp is still all scratched. I took a little permanent marker and just it helped a little bit. You know, a little topical permanent marker.
A little topical solution.
Yeah.
A touch up paint.
Actually, you know what? Those marks on amps like that, they're like wabi sabi, you know, character marks to me. I don't care. Beat it up, man. If the thing works,
battle scars.
Yeah, I like it. I like that stuff. Brad actually had the same kind of situation one time. He left his car at a shop and had a little damage.
Who? Me? Oh, you mean when he wrecked it? Yeah. It didn't just blow my sub, it just wrecked the whole car.
He just wrecked the whole car.
Yeah, just taking it for a drive, just see if everything's worked out. Bam.
Bam. Now
sucks
like
to suck.
Thousands of dollars later.
Yeah. Sucks to suck.
Man.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's a hot rod, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bit the bullet. I'm sure you did too, right?
Yeah. Well, luckily it was them that hit them, so I got, you know, it was taken care of, but it was just issues.
Yeah.
So new vehicle incoming for EXO.
Possibly, yeah. I'm trying to go Chevy.
Tease it, man.
Something easy to put alternators on, man. Ford, what have you done to me? But my whole life.
Tahoe, Suburban,
Chevy Blazer.
No.
Blazer, huh? Did you say that?
No. Well, if it has to be, it has to be. But I would like it to be unique. You know, all those Russian guys have those strong, weird-looking cars. I wish we had something similar and something boxy like that over here.
We can have those if you pay to have it shipped over. If Vladimir and them guys are gonna, if you're gonna, you know, tie off with those guys, tell them to ship you something over here. You know, I'm not even kidding. Like,
dude, he seemed like he was just about ready to. The other day, I chatted with him for like 20 minutes at the.
They do not play.
They're huge. They're so. That's the fastest I've seen somebody grow just from nothing over here.
DS18 tried, and Def Bombs was like, Alphard was
check this out. Get the hell out of here. Check this out.
Back up.
It's nuts, man.
Yeah, DS18, I think they had a couple questionable methods. I think that may have been. Who knows?
A little laundering.
Who knows? I'm not saying anything. I just said questionable.
I'm just saying.
I said the keyword.
I'm just saying. Some stuff might have been washed.
They're huge on Amazon.
Who's that? DS18?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I ordered 2 speakers from them, but they don't fit my Civic.
Did you really?
I did. It was just so easy.
Beat you to death next time I see you.
I don't know the ins and outs of all this car audio Illuminati.
You should probably text me before you make any purchases from me.
Because you don't never give me answers.
Yeah, I try to stay as woke as I can, thanks to my buddies here, Taylor, on Facebook, and Eduardo's always exposing the truth over here.
Yeah. He is like
who is? Who?
Mike I was just going Mike D'Aguardo. I check out his woke comments all the time for the car audio Illuminati, just to make reference to what you said.
There should be a YouTube car audio exposed with all the drama and like just chaos.
Dude, it's ridiculous. I'm so glad I'm not a part of it. I am so fortunate to separate myself from all that. I won't even entertain it for a minute. Like, if you have a boss or a JL, dude, I will make a video with you and I will enjoy what you have, because I know what they're going through, because not everybody can afford buku bucks worth of car audio. So who are we to condemn someone else for their choice and their price point? It kills me sometimes.
It drives me bananas. You know why? Because I have had the worst shit known to man, like literally the worst possible equipment ever. And I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was amazing. I was like, oh my God, this is, you know what I mean? And now it's gotten to the point where unboxings are so boring to me. I hate it.
They are.
I hate it. I get something ridiculously expensive, beautiful. I'm like, I hate it. I hate it. I want to go back to when times were simpler.
I hear that, man. I feel like sometimes I'm a victim of my own enthusiasm like that, because I feel like it's like day one all over again. I'll see something like I just dealt with my first electrostatic speaker. I was like, holy shit! Quickly followed by like this thing sucks ass. But I hear you. I really do. I do miss the days of everything being a little more wholesome and not so much hatred behind the brands and behind the choices of the brands. And yeah, it depends. If you go with a certain alternator brand, well, guess what? You're hated by this person and that person. If you go with a certain amplifier brand, you're hated by that person and that person. Oh well,
it's probably exponentially worse for you. Somebody so big
it is,
in the
dude,
community.
So much worse. Like me rugging iRaggy alternator, I hear shit all the time. Right. Well, guess what? I've never had a failure, and I've never had trouble getting in contact when I need customer service. What do I care about? Personal experience. Mm-hmm. I don't care what people will trash talk or run someone's name through the mud. If you're nice to me, I will be nice to you. And like I said before, you can be an asshole to everyone else, but when you meet me, you got a blank slate. Let's try not to be an asshole together. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, I think I want to have a Raggy on the show.
For sure.
Dude, you should. He's brilliant.
Like, I know. I talk to him all the time.
Yeah, I love that guy. I have the utmost respect for him plugging through some of the troublesome stuff that he's had to deal with the constant bombardment of negativity and people not understanding that not everybody's perfect. And yes, some things happen that you are beyond someone's control in life, but it's about how you handle that and how you get back. And he's been plugging away full force for years now, and I got nothing but respect for that.
I remember when all of the nightmare stuff happened. Yep. I don't know, not nightmare.
I wasn't a part of that at that time, but I know what you're talking about.
I wasn't like a part of it, but I was like a bystander in it. You know what I mean? Like, because I've been an Ohio generator guy forever. But I'm like, you know, I always have my finger on the pulse, and I was there when most of that shit happened. And I was like, what the I don't even I can't even see the other people's side. Like, a Raggy was right the whole time, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah, and of course, there's give and take to each bit of story, and there's some truths that were probably heard more so than others, and I'm not saying that one person is right, but how things went down could have been way different. And
a lot of people say that he like ghosted and took a bunch of people's money. If that was the
which
case,
is totally untrue.
Why in the crap is he on Facebook using
right now to this day? He replying to everybody. I know. I mean, there's certain examples that I don't have the full information on, but I lived with the guy for like 8 months, and when you live with, or not 8 months, maybe 6 to 8 months around there. But when you live with someone, you find out who they are. You know them, and I will tell you this: I would trust that man with my life. Like he is brilliant, and I respect him a lot. You
lived with Araggi, Dominic Araggi?
I lived with him for 6 months. Yeah, because Richard, he didn't have the tools. Because I drove my truck down to Richard's house because that's how all the truck came about. Was Richard, Tech Force Richard. We were gonna build it together, but man, we just didn't have the tools to do it at his house. So Araggi was like, "Hey, you can come stay with me. I will let you use all my tools." And he literally let me. For the first time ever using power tools, like in my life, because I was always doing everything by hand, he let me use it.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That is amazing.
That is. I never knew that.
I don't know. A lot of people know Araggi from his alternators, but that guy's he's a fab.
Ridiculous.
Like, oh my God, that guy's amazing.
He's borderline, like he's kind of like a savant. The things that he knows just out of inclination is he's just very smart. He invented certain types of stator technology so I mean, come on now.
I know. I can't believe he doesn't get any more respect than he does.
I know.
Obvious.
He just comes off bad online. Because he doesn't like.
It's true. It's true.
Me? He does.
Dickhead online, but he's an Italian.
He's like.
Is it a dick to tell the truth?
He just doesn't.
Listen, I'm gonna show you this picture and this picture and say this one sucks and this one's good. That's not being a dick. That's just telling the truth.
He don't. I don't know. He just comes off as a douche on there. I'm sorry.
He's not part of the boys club that's on Facebook right now. That's all. He doesn't give a.
That's what it is. He's not in the inn on I Just Want to Bang.
That's exactly right. Like there's a really small clique of what's cool.
Isn't that weird?
Under your hood right now.
That is so weird how that goes up and down like that. Like remember,
right now the best amplifiers and subs are like Wolfram audio, and or I guess to say always the best subs on so many forums. Sundown audio. If you don't have Sundown on certain threads, it's not any good.
Yeah, it's funny. Man.
The alternator, the alternator guy right now is CES. He's killing it.
Yeah, CES for alternator.
Hey, and listen, I'm not saying anything bad about their alternators. First of all, I've never had one.
Right.
But I've heard a lot of good things, and that's awesome. That's fantastic. You know, the most proven alternator brand is Ohio Gen. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Ohio Generator,
probably the longest.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Ohio Generator. If you can only gamble, if you were to bet your life on one alternator, maybe Ohio Gen. But listen, Dominic's been around a long time, man. Before all of these little pop-ups that have come around, and I'm not gonna call them fly-by-nights, but you know they haven't been around a long time. Singer,
and that's kind of
a long time.
Well,
Singer's a smart man, and I appreciate Singer too.
Dude, I love hearing him go on rants at like SBN. He'll just be in his system, and then come spew out like 6 sentences. You're like, holy crap, what did you just say? I love his acoustic knowledge. He's another brilliant dude.
I've heard that. I've never really spoken. I mean, I've spoken to him because I ran one of his alternators before, but I've heard that. And Skip, we got to get to SBN, man.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
And Slam.
Where? Dude, you guys gotta come.
No, not SBN.
Which one?
No, SBN.
Dude, I'll get you guys hooked up with a hotel room if you need.
Which one? SBN or Slam? Which one?
SBN. Do they even do anything anymore? SBN.
Dude, SBN nowadays. Try to go to Slam.
Right. SBN. They don't even do demos no more. I don't think it's just.
All right. If we're going Slam, is that where we're gonna go?
Yeah, we're going Slam.
All the people that we don't normally get to see, we're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
Slamology will have all of the big faces that you may or may not want to see.
I want to see them all. What do you mean may not want to see?
Oh, well, I don't know. Some people have contempt towards some people won't even get in demos of some people's cars just because of who they are.
That's not me.
Yeah, well, not me either.
That's good. That's why we love you.
Right. That's why you're the people's champ.
He's hated. I don't know if you know this, but everyone.
You either love me or you hate me.
That's true.
There's no in between.
You guys know who the clue is?
Who?
Jason DeClue?
Yes, we do. We have a DeClue, who that is.
Well, that's probably an example of someone who may be confused in the car audio community, but if I saw him at a show, I would love to go check his stuff out, man. I would, because I cannot understand a damn word that he ever says, so I need to...
I hope he's trolling. But I don't think he's not. Yeah, exactly.
I've met him in real life.
Wow.
And
he gets...
So you have met him in real life?
I have a couple of times.
And he's approachable.
I'm not. A lot of people will tell you he talks quote unquote normally. He doesn't talk normally.
That's who I've always wanted to meet at a show. I want to go up to him and just have a conversation with him. Catch him off guard.
I have a selfie of us on my phone here. I'll post it up from finals last year.
He got approached in one video I saw.
Yeah, he got seriously approached. Not today.
That was that was probably one of the things that was in my mind when didn't he almost get into a fight?
He did. He got punched.
He did. Yeah. Oh man,
I felt bad. I felt bad though because it was sad hearing him like scream. But
you know what though?
No, he called out. He said something about to get dude's wife and kid and stuff didn't he?
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen.
Listen.
I thought Dan was Dan Current. I thought he was in the wrong too because everyone knows DeClue is a little off. All right, everyone knows DeClue's a little off. He doesn't I don't think he really understands what he's saying. So I thought Dan was in the wrong for that because he's a big dude, and Dan, if you met him, he is like a
super chill.
Bear. Yeah, he's a teddy bear. But listen, from what I hear, Jason DeClue was outside of Dan's house talking about, I'm going to murder your wife and your kids and shit like that. And so I don't blame Dan. The Clue probably got off easy with a couple of broken ribs.
He did.
Well, going back to what we were saying, it shows like Slamology where you'll actually get to meet people like the.
So we get the
Clue.
So if anybody wants,
if you got balls enough to walk up to them, I mean, I'm sure.
All right, so if anybody wants to fight Skip, 2019 Slam I'm gonna be there.
I'll do it.
Listen,
I'll run.
Bring like a hoop. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Subs R Us?
Yeah. No, yes.
No one has ever heard of that. Stop.
Tell you the story.
Dude,
Subs R Us. The kid threatened to shoot me and to hurt and to fight me at Slamfest this year.
I'm so glad you brought that up. You didn't see that, Taylor?
Dude, no. And he posted like pictures of my face in regards to fighting, and he's like, should I bring my law enforcement issued Glock whatever blah blah so I could like shoot me? And I was like, I took a selfie at the show being like, hey, I'm here, where are you? And he's like saying all this bullshit and basically saying long story short, I called him out on his bullshit and took a picture with the owner of the company that he was trying to show clout with, and then he totally, it was ridiculous. He threatened to kill me, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, and then I at the show, and he was a no-show. I called him out, like, please come see me. I would love to talk with you. He's like, I'm gonna bring my gun.
The biggest loser. The biggest loser you never heard of. He's like a mall security guard. He's like a mall security guard.
Always talking about fight me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you called him out, and he wouldn't.
Yeah, I said, I'm at the show. Please come here. Please, I'm here. And I did it the next day, too. And I kind of want to explain this, but I was jumbled up a second ago. He was, like, trying to use a well-known company to be like, oh, look at me. Me and this well-known company are really cool with each other. And I called him out on it and went to that company and took a selfie with them and sent it to him. It was like, this company doesn't know what the hell you're talking about. And it's, you know what I mean? Because he was like trying to hold this value in the community. It was a lie. I called him out online. Dude, it all started when he pretended that we were partners, business partners. He was telling people that we were partners, and it was all a lie. All a lie.
He had like paid advertisement above his little Instagram posts. He did that to a couple people too. He did it to like Mead, I think, and like a couple other people. Was like, dude, what are you doing?
And then threatens to kill me because I called him out on his lie.
Dude, that guy's the worst.
Did you see? Did you see those? Like the next week, like his site was hemorrhaging followers though. Like bad.
It was.
Like I don't know if that was people leaving, but I think that was fake ones he bought. That were
seriously
just like
it was like 1, 2, 3,000 a day.
I'm gonna have to check it.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how it all happened, dude. It was crazy.
Oh my God. If anyone watching, all 47 of y'all watching, if y'all are still following that page on Instagram or Facebook, I mean, unfollow immediately.
It's a toxic environment. It's a toxic page.
So bad. Okay. A little short story for anyone watching this later on YouTube that doesn't know. Subs R Us. What he does is steal other people's content, post it up as his own, and doesn't give any credit, doesn't share any revenue.
He used to argue with people like that. It's that he didn't have to say like at you or nothing. But now he kind of does some of them, but not many. It's horrible.
He'll cite you a law like Section B, Clause A. I do and say that he doesn't have to do this for you, and he'll cite a local law.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I get so mad when people share it on a I just want to ban or something.
I lose my shit when I see someone share a Subs R Us video.
Like that stupid video with the sub flapping. Like he shared it on his, and somebody shared it. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I'm all about keeping it real and keeping it truthful. And that guy is the farthest. He says he's the world's largest audio network, but I'm having a hard time understanding that one. But either way,
a lot of followers, and it makes me angry.
I think he bought those though. I think he bought those Instagram followers, honestly.
Oh yeah, he's got to.
Because his likes and comments don't add up. He has like 200,000 followers, but he gets like 1,000 likes. Like that doesn't add up, dude.
Yeah, I'm just here to have fun with it, man, and it seems like that kind of attitude robs the fun. So I've seen situations where Mike Sims, someone who needs every little bit of extra change that he can get, money is being stolen right from out underneath him just because someone wants to, steal his videos. Like, people who don't know, Mike Sim deals with a really horrible health condition, and man, just a little bit of YouTube ad revenue could help the dude, but no, gotta steal it. Steal.
Is he on YouTube? The Subs Are Us? He is? Okay.
Yeah, on YouTube. He's on there.
I know his big thing is Instagram and maybe Facebook he's big on, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know why do that. Like, you're just going to be more hated. Like, why not be... You can do it like what they call those, like a highlight channel.
Yeah.
You know, and be fine and just give people the ads. I mean...
Yeah, I agree.
I don't get it. I don't get why.
Well, sometimes people don't focus on the moment. They focus on, like, oh, if I do this, my channel's going to get an extra 1,000 likes, and they just think about that. Like, they're not thinking about who they're harming in the meantime, because for some people this could be their full-time gig, or like for instance, I had some Chinese lady steal one of my videos, and it got like 1.2 million hits, and my video only has like 50,000. It's ridiculous.
You know, it's funny. So she'll become the content. If you try to like if you have more subs than her or more views, like that becomes the original video almost, you know?
Exactly.
Like if you try to fight it.
Yeah.
What video was that?
That was my DIY LED light. Oh. It was only like a portion of it, and then they overlaid it with still my voice with like their product. You could, and it wasn't even like, it was just their product, and it was like covering my face, and here I am like talking, and so I sent them a message because Facebook actually sent me an invitation to become a partner with their monetization program. So I'm in an experimental phase with Facebook. Hopefully it works out. Yeah. You know, just like YouTube, they will give you 45% of what you make.
Wow.
Off ads. So I have, I think, 5 videos on Facebook, so I'm trying to slowly grow that audience too.
It's been a while since they were late to the party with monetization.
Oh, dude, so late.
Yeah.
So late.
I mean, you know how many people, how many people missed out on not millions, but millions of views they could have caught revenue on, you know, that they just were like,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I wasn't doing it, because I put in so much work, and the second you upload to Facebook, it just gets stolen anyways. Yeah. So I was like, screw that. I'm just sticking to my guns, and YouTube was where it's at. But I'm slowly starting to do it.
Do you feel YouTube is going down, or how do you see that?
No. I feel like it's picking back up. I think it's picking up.
It was for a little while though, wasn't it?
Dude, for a while there, it was very scary because advertisers weren't as willing to put in money because of the whole social justice and the whole like progressive movement of, you know, not being able to say this without offending this person, not advertiser friendly. You know what I mean?
I sent you a message about it, but I don't know if you ever followed up on it. And we mentioned cryptocurrency earlier in the podcast.
Oh yeah.
But BitTube is a decentralized YouTube. They're not going to censor you. They're not going to hold your payments. It's all based.
Yeah. You mentioned that about how you were doing BitTube, and I went and checked it out, and I was like looking for content, and man, like it just seemed like there wasn't a lot of content.
There's not. But trust me, it's growing by like 1 million users a month.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna start one then.
It's free. I mean, you get paid in BitTube for your content, and you as a viewer can get paid for watching content. It's very, very democratic. I mean, anybody out there, check out BitTube. You should upload all your shit to BitTube. I'm telling you.
You're 1,000% a partner in BitTube.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
I will check it out.
You and Jacob Fuller are coming up with these pyramid schemes, and I'm not gonna tolerate them anymore.
Listen, I don't understand.
I bought on to Initiative Q though.
See, everybody did.
It's YouTube without the centralized nature of YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try it.
It's a video sharing platform that's free, that pays you in BitTube for watching. It pays you in BitTube for views. So what's the problem? I don't understand. It lives on everyone's computer. All the miners on the network, all your content lives on there. It's decentralized. No one can shut it down. You know what I mean?
Not really.
BitTube right now.
So it's stored on like DDR4.
Everyone's shit. It's stored everywhere. Like it's spread out. It's decentralized. Okay. YouTube right now could shut down, tell you to go fuck yourself. And
dude, that's what I've been worried about. Yeah.
Yeah, they could do BitTube. That's not gonna happen. It's all decentralized. Anyway,
well, cool. That's a cool idea.
Cares.
Yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, look, we gotta wrap this up. Mama's got dinner on the table.
Gotcha.
So,
what you got coming out, bro? How far is your backlog for videos and content that you have? You know.
Right now, I got that electrostatic speaker coming up, which was a complete disappointment. I have obviously the sound treatment, and I'm going to build some bookshelf speakers once I finally get my wood shop in order. And really, I'm going to post a couple home videos, doing a sump pump on my second channel, and doing some expansion joint work on the garage. Just some random crap.
I don't think I'm following that one, but I will tonight because I love the oven filament change.
I love it. Hey, Vladimir Mukin just joined.
Def Bounce.
Oh, there he is.
Def Bounce.
Hey, get us.
Hey, we got to hook up EXO with some Def Bounce, bro. Just let it show up.
That's right. That's good. I'm looking forward to your HT. I'm looking forward to your HT stuff. And look, yeah, I'm gonna tell Richard to message you, and you guys can collab on some sound treatments. I have a project I want you to try, and I was gonna try it, but I'm gonna send it to you and see if you can't run with it. I think this would be really, really interesting for your viewers. So I'll send that to you. And man, it's been a pleasure.
Dan,
yeah, right back at you. I appreciate it, guys, for having me on, and I look forward to seeing what you guys and the new interviewers you have, the new guests.
Yeah, I don't know if we could top this one.
No, it's gonna be.
You gotta get Steve Mead on here.
Woo!
Hey, everybody, tag Steve Mead.
We've been talking.
Tag him.
We'll get him.
Yeah.
We'll get him.
We'll get him. All right.